Standard 6th, Subject History, Chapter number 6, Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. Dear students, in this chapter we shall learn about Janapadas, Mahajanapadas, and the rise of the Magadha Empire. This map is given in your textbook on page number 26. It represents the 16 Mahajanapadas which existed in India during the 6th century BCE. Now, try this. Write the names of the 16 Mahajanapadas in the proper places on an outline map of India. Let us begin with Janapadas. The meaning of the word Janapada is the place where people first put their feet. The Janapada consisted of many villages and towns. The period from about 1000 BC to 600 BC is considered to be the post-Vedic period. Post-Vedic means after the Vedic period. It is in this period that the Janapadas came into existence. Janapadas were the small states that spread from today's Afghanistan, which is to the northwest of India over here, to Bengal and Odisha in the east, and to Maharashtra in the south. The Janapada called Ashmak occupied a part of today's Maharashtra. The names of these Janapadas can be found in Sanskrit, Pali and Ardha-Magdi literature. One can also find information about them in the writings of Greek historians. Historian means a person who studies and writes about the past. Some of the Janapadas were monarchies. Monarchies means a king or queen is the head of the state, while others were republics. Republics means the country which has an elected leader. Some Janapadas had a Gana Parishad of senior citizens. Gana Parishad means an assembly of people. Members of the Gana Parishad came together for discussions and made decisions regarding administrative issues. The place where these discussions took place was known as the Santhagar. Gautama Buddha hailed from the Shakya Republic. Every Janapada had its own coinage. Coinage means a system of coins used in a country. So now let us learn about the Mahajanapadas. Maha means great. Some Janapadas gradually became stronger and expanded their geographical boundaries. Such Janapadas came to be known as Mahajanapadas. From the literature of that period, it is clear that up to the 6th century BCE, 16 Mahajanapadas had acquired special importance. Kosala, Vatsa, Avanti, and Magadha among them became more powerful. So, here we have the four powerful kingdoms that existed during the 6th century BC among the 16 Mahajanapadas. So, we shall learn in detail about them. Let's begin. Here we have the Mahajanapadas, the 16 altogether with their capitals. Let's begin with the four important kingdoms which emerged very powerful, beginning with Kosala. The Kosala Mahajanapada was located in the foothills of the Himalayas in the region of Uttar Pradesh and Nepal. The famous cities of Kosala were Shravasti, Kushavati and Saket. Shravasti was the capital of Kosala. Gautam Buddha had lived in the famous Vihara Jetvan at Shravasti for a long time. The Kosala king Prasenjit was a contemporary of the Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavir. Later, the state of Kosala merged with Magadha. Vihara means a Buddhist temple or monastery. Here in the image, you can see the remains of Vihara Jetvan. Next, we have the kingdom of Vatsa. The Mahajanapada Vatsa was located in the region around Prayag, that is Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. Kosam, the capital of Vatsa, was the ancient city of Kaushambi. It was an important center for trade. Three extremely rich merchants of Kaushambi had built three viharas for Gautam Buddha and his followers. King Udayana was a contemporary of Gautam Buddha. Contemporary means belonging to the same time. After King Udayana, the state of Vatsa could not maintain its independent existence for long. The king of Avanti, Mahajanapada, conquered the state. So this way in the picture you see King Udayana and Vasavadatta. Next we shall learn about the ancient kingdom of Avanti. It was located in the Malwa region of Madhya Pradesh. Ujjaini was its capital. The city was an important trade center. The king of Avanti, Pradyot, was a contemporary of Gautam Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavir. During the reign of King Nandivardhan, the state of Avanti was merged into the Magadha Empire. So Avanti too merged with Magadha Empire, just like the kingdom of Kosala. Next we have the ancient Mahajanapada of Magadha, which was spread through the regions of Gaya, Patna in Bihar and some regions in Bengal. The capital of Magadha was Rajgriha, that is Rajgir. King Bimbisara's palace was built by the architect Mahagovind. Jivaka, the famous physician, was at the court of Bimbisara. Bimbisara had become a follower of Gautam Buddha. So in the image you can see King Bimbisara. Next we shall learn about rise of the Magadha Empire. Ajatshatu, the son of Bimbisara, continued with the policy of expansion of the Magadha Empire. He successfully conquered many republics of the east. The kingdom of Magadha prospered during the reign of Ajatshatu. He had become a follower of Gautam Buddha. After the Mahaparinirvana of Gautam Buddha, it was during his reign that the first Buddhist council or Sangti was held at Rajgriha. So the first Buddhist council was held at Rajgriha during the period of King Ajatshatu. The foundation of the new capital, Pataligram of Magadha, was laid during Ajatshatu's period. Later it became famous as Pataliputra. Pataliputra was probably in the vicinity of today's Patna city. A noteworthy successor of Ajatshatu. Successor means a person that comes after somebody in his place. So a noteworthy successor of Ajatshatu was the Magadha king Shishunag. He annexed the kingdom of Avanti, Kosala and Vatsa to Magadha. Nearly the entire region of northern India came under the control of Magadha. That was how the Magadha Empire took shape. Now we shall learn about the Nanda kings of Magadha. The Nandas ruled the Magadha Empire between 364 BC and 324 BCE. They had set up a good administrative system necessary to run the huge empire. They had a huge four-column army of infantry, cavalry, chariots and elephants. Infantry means the soldiers who fight on foot. Cavalry consists of horses in the past. And chariots, as you all know, vehicles with two wheels which are pulled by horses are called as chariots. The Nandas also introduced the system of standard weights and measures. King Dhanananda was the last king of the Nanda dynasty. By this time, the Magadha Empire had extended up to Punjab in the west. However, during Dhananand's reign, the ambitious youth Chandragupta Maurya won Pataliputra and ended the Nanda regime and laid the foundation of the Maurya Empire. So after the Nanda dynasty comes in the Maurya. In the next chapter, we will read about the foreign invasions of the western and northwestern frontiers of India during the rise of the Maurya Empire. Also, we will read about the Maurya Empire in great detail. So students, one more important picture that comes here is the sculpture during the time of King Ajatshatu. Do you know the ancient and modern names of 16 Mahajanapadas? They are as follows: Kashi, Banaras, Kosal, Lucknow, Malla, Gorakhpur, Vatsa, Allahabad, Chedi, Kanpur, Kuru, Delhi, Panchal, Rohilkhand, Matsya, Jaipur, Shurasen, Mathura, Ashmak, Aurangabad, Maharashtra, Avanti, Ujjain, Ang, Champa, East Bihar, Magda, South Bihar, Vriji, North Bihar, Gandhara, Peshawar, Kamboj, near Gandhara. So these are the ancient names, and modern names are given in the brackets of the 16 Mahajanapadas. So dear students, hope you have understood this chapter well. Do read it from your textbook for a better understanding. Till then, stay safe, keep learning, and thank you.